Honestly, I didn't really know what I was doing on the court tonight, but it's you know, I'm trying to learn for the next games and the
So Summer League has happened. First game. Victor Wembanyama has made his debut, and then all of a sudden we get that clip that you just saw at the beginning of this video. And while I will say this, it's just Summer League. It's one game. The kid is going to be fine. I do think this is one of those opportunities to say, maybe not as dominant as most of you all have said he would out the gate. This is what I mean by sometimes media can sit there and create and make a all-star and make excuses for some as well. But they also can sit there and put so much pressure on a situation that it ends up being detrimental to the player. What am I talking about? Listen, Victor Wembanyama is going to be a stud in his league. Now, there's levels to that statement, right? Because I frankly think that there are people like Lauri Markkanen is a stud in his league. He's proven it. He showed up all season. He's improved. Rookie season came out 18-10. Lauri Markkanen is one of those players where, all right, he had a good rookie season, then kind of bounced around a little bit, but then like got to a stable situation and showed out. These are all NBA players. They could beat the average Joe. I am not going to make an NBA team if I try it out today. I'm not going to do it, right? I can hoop, but I'm not NBA hooping right now, all right? Victor Wembanyama is going to be okay. However, that statement and stuff like that really, maybe a little PR right there. Not the statement I would have made. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to nitpick on it because he was actually being honest. He was being honest about the situation and things of that nature. But does this ultimately mean that he's not going to be, you know, potential rookie of the year, things of that nature? No, I don't. I've never looked at his game and said that he doesn't have the potential. The one thing I will look at, despite, you know, his poor shooting, it's the simple fact that he got like 4 or 5 blocks. Even despite the dunk that he had. I mean, when you contest and you dunk and you contest dunks and shots like he does, you gonna get caught. Now, how you get baptized on your first day? Hey, listen, poor setup. But I will say this: the type of player he is and the type of game he plays, he might catch. Some people gonna catch some bodies on him. It just is what it is, right? If you play defense long enough, if you play like you're gonna get crossed, you're gonna get your ankles broken. Somebody's gonna do you in some type of way. You're playing against the best of the best in the world. Like somebody gonna catch you one good day. So I'm not gonna sit there and make it, you know, seem as if all is lost and things of that nature. But what I will say is, compared to his contemporaries, like Scoot looked really good, although it was just one game. Amon looked real good. Still just one game. He's also injured, probably get shut down for the rest of Summer League. You know, Brandon Miller, second pick, had some up and down moments. Looked good in his last go around, but I mean he had his first couple games. I mean he couldn't even stay on the floor. He was in so much foul trouble as well. Like it's a lot of pressure on these kids, and ultimately I mirror what some of these players. I remember what Gilbert Arenas has said about Wembanyama. You've already ruined his career from a media perspective. You've already put the weight on his shoulders. If he's not better than Tim Duncan, it's a waste of what? Like who? Tim Duncan is going down as a top 10 player all time. How does that make him a bust if he does not better than Tim Duncan? Tim Duncan is arguably the best power forward to have ever played the game. And for some people, it's not even a close argument. How is that a bust if you're not better than Tim Duncan? David Robinson is a top 50 player. I believe he's top 50 or definitely a top 75 player all time. Like, how is he a bust if he's not that? Like, we're talking about the top 75 players who have 75 players is 1% of the 1%. And you're talking about him not being better than them is a bust? Like, we got to calm down on the narratives on these kids, man. We got to calm down and see what's happening. Like, realistically, no one saw yet. Like, I look at him as a project. Victor Wembanyama is a project. I say a 4-year project. Like, I think he's going to be really good this season. He's going to show great promise. He's going to put on some muscle. He's going to bulk up a little bit. Then he's going to sit there and he's a little bit, right? He's going to be a little more muscular. You know, he's going to step. He's still a kid. He's still growing. He's not even a real. I don't want to say that demeaning wise, but most people get what I'm saying. He's not even a grown man yet. That grown man shrift people talk, that's real. He don't even have that yet. All right, on top of all the training stuff he has. So, like, there is still time for him to develop. And he may even get taller. I hope not. But he may even get taller, right? So we have to sit there and put things into perspective. These are still kids. They're still 18, 19, some of them early 20s. They're still young. They're still developing. They're still learning how to play the game of basketball at that level, which most of us have never played at that level. So give them some grace. But also, this is not just this is not the fans doing. This is really a media marketing thing, because honestly, if we had just sat there and said that, hey, he's this phenom and, you know, he's this 7'5" player, we've never seen him, but we're going to see what he turns into. And like, if we pump the brakes a little bit and say, hey, the sky's the limit for this kid, but he still has a long way to go. Like, if we had a set of realistic tone with it, then I think it would be totally different. But right now, like, if I had to look at it right now, as far as immediate impact, yeah, he's going to be there. He's going to be a defensive presence for sure, right? Those blocks are serious. His offensive game will come. He can shoot the three, so he can play in today's NBA, right? But you have to be able to shoot the three as a big man today. So it's not like I'm saying anything special. Like, they're like, oh, he's 7'5", he shoot threes. Every big man now has to shoot threes. My team, Chicago Bulls, has a big man that shoot threes. Like, I don't care if he's 7'5", 7'1", like, he shoots a three, it's still 3 points. Like, he shoots the three, right? But to sit there and say he's going to be this world breaker out the gate, nah, we not only are we capping, we setting this kid up for failure. So this whole video was pretty much to sit there and fight that narrative. No, yeah, it was a bad game. Like, he had a bad game, but it's still just one game. It's a bad quote at the beginning of this thing. Still just one game. He's going to get better. We need to calm down. But we also need to be able to give him grace and stop putting him on a pedestal before he's earned it. That kid ain't earned nothing yet. He's just 7'5". Is it amazing what he's doing at his size? Yeah, like, I like it. But this is going to pause on this statement, but like, there's a kid 4 inches shorter than him who can get just as busy. There's another kid, you know, slightly under 6-7 feet, get just as busy. Like, I get the fact that they're freaks of nature as far as height are concerned and stuff like that, but they still got to go hoop. And being the tallest dude in the NBA ain't never equated to being the best dude in the NBA. Put that into perspective. There were players taller than Shaq that couldn't do what Shaq did. Now, Shaq was a freak of nature in himself, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I remember when Yao Ming, for some of you all who are in your early 20s, like, you all were like 5 or 6 when the Yao Ming crazes. I was like 14 when Yao Ming first hit the scene, right? They thought that this dude was going to be everything, and he had great touch, good footwork, stuff like that. But give Shaq fits, right? I use Shaq as a them because he was the dominant big at the time. But he got dunked on a lot. And he's taller than Shaq, by the way, and Shaq's 7 foot. But he got dunked on a lot. He also, like, people got busy on Yao. They put numbers on Yao. Yao had a good career, though, for the limited time, about 10-year career. He had a good career. He had put up good stats. Double man. Like, he was good. But these freaks of nature that we sit there and look at, sometimes we just got to wait. Just wait. Stop giving these kids the keys to a kingdom they ain't even own yet. Like, it's only one LeBron James. There's only one Kobe Bryant. There's only one Kevin Garnett. And guess what? Kobe had to earn that. Yeah, like, like out of all the people who came fresh out of high school, stuff like that, it's like less than 10 of them who actually turned into something and dominated. The rest of them didn't really do too hot. And if that number is a little off, then oh well. But guess what? I bet you most of you all can't name the 10 people or the people that dominate out this fresh out of high school. It's a very, very small amount. Right? And I know Victor Wembanyama is not fresh out of high school, but the point is, like, these people that we sit there and we put these monikers on, very few of them lived up to the hype. The fact that LeBron lived up to the hype is amazing. It's amazing. But it's just one LeBron. Zion was supposed to be the next LeBron. That dude ain't been on the court long enough. When he is on the court, he gets busy. But he ain't on the court long enough. So this whole point I'm making is Victor Wembanyama will be fine. He will be fine. Now, I will say this. He's not a lock for Rookie of the Year for me. He's not a lock to make an All-Star his first season. None of that's a lock. But with Coach Pop opting in, getting a 5-year, opting in, but signing an extension, getting a 5-year deal, I believe, with the Spurs. I think he has the best situation to be effective. We know he's going to be on the floor. We know he's going to get better day by day. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the progress he makes year over year. But I'm not going to put the world on this kid's shoulders. I think that's unfair to him. I think it's unfair to the fans of. I think it's unfair to the people who really appreciate the game of basketball to sit there and like put all this pressure on this kid and expect. No, let him do what he does. Let him gradually come into it, just like you should with any of these kids, because that's exactly what they are. They are young men who are trying to chase their dreams, and we should allow them to do that. But I want to hear your thoughts, man. I want to hear how you feel about his first game. I want to hear everything that you pretty much have when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. I really didn't want to make this particular video, but I had to sit there and get it out because I saw so many people killing him. And I did see the quote, and I obviously at the beginning, and it looked really bad. But I also was just like, he was just being honest. Like, the game is different. We're playing here. He has to adjust. But when he adjusts, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But again, I want to hear your thoughts. Whether it's love, whether it's hate, put it in the chat. I'll be in there with you. Till next time. Peace.